In Creo Parametric 10.0, there is an update to the drawing template creation process in order to support the new Composites functionality. In order to show you the changes, I'm going to show you the old way of creating drawing templates in Creo Parametric 9.0 and earlier. I'm going to run through it real quickly. If you want to see a more detailed version, I have a video on that. Here I am in Creo Parametric 9.0. To start off a new template, I will click on the new icon, and then I will change the type to drawing. Let's uncheck the Use Default Template option. Of course, you can change the file name for what you want the template to be called. I will click on the OK button. And then in the New Drawing dialog box, I want to make sure that nothing is listed in the default model field. Since I have nothing open, it says none in here. And I'm going to create my template by using a format. Let me use the Browse button in order to grab my standard C-size drawing format. You could use the empty option and specify the size if you just want a border or basically a rectangle showing you the outline of the sheet. I will click on the OK button, and I'm going to use Sheet 1. My Sheet 1 has a bunch of parameters it wants me to fill in or extract from Windchill. But anyhow, I've started off my template. To get into the template creation mode, you would start off by going to Tools and then Template. And when you go back to the Layout tab, you'll see that we have Template View instead of the different Drawing View options. I will go to Create a Template View. And in the Template View Instructions dialog box, I'm going to change the name. I'm going to use my Front View. And here we have the Type drop-down list. This is what's going to be different. Right now, it just says General. I'll create a general view and then show you how I can then add projection views. But right now, we just have General View. In Creo Parametric 9.0 and earlier, you can configure the view states. For example, I want to use the saved view called front, but you could specify combination state, simplified rep, explode state, and so on. You could specify if you want to use a custom scale or just use the scale that Creo will choose. If you're doing Pro Process, you have a process step. You could generate snap lines. You can generate dimensions or have the dimensions shown on the drawing and create the snap lines at the same time. And you can have it automatically place any balloons for assembly drawings when a repeat region is present. Anyhow, that's good. So I will choose Place View and then just drop it somewhere on the sheet. That's good. Let me click on the Repeat button. And now that I'm creating a second view, and this one will be my right view, when I go to that drop-down list, in addition to General, we have the option to do a projection view. And it'll be projected based off the view I created called Front View. And once again, you have the view states and model display and tangent edge display. You can create snap lines. We can generate dimensions or have the dimensions shown on the drawing and create the snap lines. But anyhow, let me just place the view and put it right about over here on the sheet. That's good. Let me hit the middle mouse button. And so that's how you did it in Creo Parametric 9.0 and earlier. Let me jump over to Creo Parametric 10.0 to show you the differences. All right, so it's going to be very similar. Let me run through it very quickly here in Creo 10. I'll click on the new icon. Let's create a drawing, and I'll uncheck the Use Default Template. We'll have none. I'll do Empty with Format. Let me use the Browse button to grab the same format. Click the OK button. Breeze past the parameters, and let's go to Tools and Template like before. And here's where it's going to be a little different. When I go to Template View, well, from the Type drop-down list, now we have two additional choices, Ply View and Flat Ply View. I want to show you what happens if I go to create a General View. I'm just going to take the default and place the view on the sheet right about over here, and then click the OK button. Now I'm going to go to create another one of the template views, but with the other different types. If I try to go to Ply View or Flat Ply View, you'll notice that we have projection because we already have one view in the drawing template. If I go to Ply View, I get a warning. Hey, creation of a Ply View or Flat Ply View is not allowed when the drawing template has a general view. Okay, so we have a restriction there. Can't put ply views or flat ply views on a regular drawing template. Let me close out of here and cancel out of the template view instructions dialog box. And I'm just going to select that view hit the delete key on the keyboard in order to get rid of it. Let's go back to the template view command. And this time I will choose to create a ply view. And with the ply view, well, here we have view states, and you can specify the orientation. Our only other choice here is really cross section, or you could do an arrow placement view if you have a cross section that you're going to specify. Scale is same as before. Model display, this is where we see some differences. So here we have your different view states for like wireframe and hidden line and no hidden line. But you have the option for the wireframe, hidden line, no hidden line to display the active ply in shading. If you go to shading or shading with edges, you'll notice that the option gets grayed out, but you can do something with, say, no hidden lines and display the active ply view in shading mode so that it stands out. You can also choose if you want to show the background plies or not. And if you show the background plies, then it will choose the colors depending on the material orientation, or you could use a uniform color if you choose. And here's an option to override the active ply color, because when you are setting up your composite design features, you can specify the colors for each individual ply. Okay, so those are some of the changes that you have, or some of the options that you have for the model display in the ply view. Tangent edge display, that's the same. Snap lines, that's the same. Dimensions, that's the same as before. But anyhow, let's just place this on the drawing sheet and then click on the OK button. And so that was the first kind of new view. Let me go to the template view command once more. And instead of doing a ply view, let me place a flat ply view. And probably a good idea to change the name in this case. Let me call this the flat ply view. And you'll notice that we only have two different options in here. We can choose to specify the scale that we want, or let Creo Parametric choose the scale when the drawing is being created. And here under model display, these are all the different things that we can have appear in the view. So for example, we can have datums for the seed point, the rosette, that's the coordinate system that's used for the ply, then the draping direction, fixed warp, and weft fiber, and also the constituent fiber angle lines. And then you can add text for the area and the width and length of that particular flat ply. And so I can choose to place the view. This time I'll just click over there a little bit and then click on the OK button. So those are the new kinds of views that you can place in a drawing template in Creo Parametric 10.0. Later on, I will create a video to show you how to create your new Plybook drawings in Creo Parametric 10.0.